London, May the 4th, 1895. Dearest Kin, if you're reading this, then I'm dead. Turmoil spreads like wildfire throughout our city. I've come to believe that the Moorgate Accord, the secret treaty between the forces of good and evil, has been broken. 2 decades have passed in the blink of an eye. I never mustered the courage to tell you the horrors that claimed my youth and your parents' lives. The truth is too intricate to elaborate on paper. The answers you seek are within these very walls. I'm sure you'll use them to quench the rising flames of chaos. Love, your only Uncle, Ernest Hawks. Today, you'll learn the truth about our family's history. We'll meet my friend here at the Moorgate Tavern, and all will be told. Come closer. We don't have much time. Well done. The beast may rouse at any minute. So listen carefully. Open the suitcase. You'll find an heirloom inside that I intend to pass on to you. It needs to be reassembled. Keep it safe and don't lose it. My wounds are too deep. There's a vial that can ameliorate the pain. Please find it for me. In our house, look behind the family painting. Now go.
Get in! was close. Phileas Fogg at your service. You must be young Hawks. I was supposed to meet your uncle at the tavern. Where is he? He left the amulet to you? That must mean... But now is not time for mourning. Can you describe the attacker for me? That's impossible. That is the spitting image of Mr. Hyde, but he was executed 20 years ago. His real name was Doctor Henry Jekyll, but this mystery can wait for now. We need to get to your house.
Ernest, are you there?
Isobel, I never expected to see you in this part of town.
I don't have time for pleasantries, Phileas. I need to speak with Ernest. It's urgent.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. Ernest was attacked. He's dead. Isobel, wait! Leave her be for now. I'll explain later. We need a key for the door. It's your house too, right? Ernest told me you're bright. Well, what are you waiting for? Go through.
Young Hawks, is Ernest dead? If you're entering this chamber alone, it can mean nothing else. By blood heritage, you're the rightful owner of this house now. I'm Rufus, your uncle's advisor. Explore the chamber at your leisure. Along with this house and my services, you've inherited the responsibility of the amulet. For the better part of his life, Ernest Hawks was a member of the Vermillion Watch, a clandestine league assembled to protect Queen and country. Their mission was to fight criminals with dark agendas, operating in the shadows of our civilized society. It was disbanded 20 years ago when the Vermillion Watch and undisclosed criminal organization signed a treaty called the Moorgate Accord. Your head must be spinning. Take some time to process this. I'll be here if you require any assistance. Ernest was looking into the disappearance of Lady Pemberton. I can locate her using the ancient art of scrying. I'll need a map and one of her personal belongings. It's been a long time since I've done this. You'll have to mark the locations while I call out what I see. I hear church bells ringing. I smell the steam of locomotives. I see the black smoke of factory furnaces. Lady Pemberton is in the industrial district. I can't tell if she's still alive. Good luck finding her.
All right, let's take it step by step. I trust you've met Rufus. What information did he give you? So, Lady Pemberton is at one of these two locations. Her husband was a member of the Vermillion Watch. He convicted Dr. Jekyll. If Jekyll managed to survive the execution and killed Ernest, then it may be part of something bigger. Let's go and find Lady Pemberton. We can save time by splitting up. You go to the pesticide factory. I'll come back for you when I'm finished.
Try not to tear the place apart while I'm gone.
The other blokes are going stir-crazy.
Just take care of the sick ones and don't attract any unwanted attention. You're model citizens now. Act accordingly.
Someone needs to drive the mistress of the meeting when she comes back. I don't think anyone's in the mood.
We have some time to kill. Let's play cards. The loser has to drive her.
Oh, for heaven's sake. The watch certainly took their time to come get me. Do you need help with anything before I leave this dump? There's a woman leading these crooks. She's interested in Bradley Headstone. My late husband sentenced him to life in the Inferno prison years ago. I've never gotten involved with the Watcher's business. If they're looking for information, I'm the wrong person to kidnap. You don't look like the brightest light in the harbor, so I wrote it down on this paper for you.
What do you mean we'll throw them in the vats? They're full.
The chemicals are gonna boil soon. When the vats start whistling, we go in, get the lab ready for the cleanup.
The serum's incomplete. One moment, you feel like you could conquer the world. The next, you crash. Time for the worst part. Did you forget to lock the door again?
Maybe. I've had a lot on my mind.
It looks like we have a mouse in the kitchen, and I detest pests, especially ones working with the Vermillion Watch. There's only one way to deal with vermin.
You should have been more careful. There's no time to argue. Let's go back to your house.
Young Hawks, I half expected you'd never return. Don't dawdle. Put the clues on your desk. It's up to you to choose which lead to follow first. The Inferno prison it is. Fetch the contents from the chest. It's on the right shelf on the next floor up.
Irene Adler's a dangerous criminal, but why would she need Jekyll's formula? I think we've only scratched the surface of this mystery. Don't mind me. Go on.
It'll be 2p for the ride. Welcome aboard. Pass through me into the city of woe. Pass through me into eternal pain. Welcome to Inferno.
Would you look at that? I haven't seen the Watcher's amulet since we signed the Moorgate Accord. It's about time. The recent prison break is just the beginning. Step into my office. Bradley Headstone. Of course I know him. He's a real piece of work. Been here for decades. His cell's 8 levels down. A group of prisoners escaped. One of our officers destroyed the elevator panel to try and stop them, but it was too late. Most of the officers were injured in the riot. The maintenance workers took the brunt of it, so the elevator's still broken. We've been lowering food to the remaining prisoners so they don't starve. Headstone's one of them. We're all the stuff you're gonna get. If you could repair the elevator, well, we'd be really grateful.
So, you're a Vermillion watchdog. I bet you're here to look into the breakout. I can help you out, but it'll cost you. Get me some tobacco and a pipe, and I'll give you the sentry room code. Press the arrows by the elevator in this order. Left, down, up, right. This'll do. Here's the code as promised. Good luck.
There's a traitor among us? Well, I guess that makes you the most trustworthy person in the Inferno right now. There are files with employee fingerprints under the verse plaque on level 8. This fingerprint kit is old, but it'll do the job. Take a look at the utility cupboard for anything useful.
You might be wondering why I went along with Adler. Consumption will take me soon, and this job doesn't pay much. I have to think of my family. Adler offered me more. You can't beat a man who has nothing to lose.
Welcome back from your infernal adventure. I'd advise you to put clues on the desk before you compose yourself. Newton Manor. Just take what you need from the cupboard on the next floor up. Then you'll be set to investigate.
Oh, good evening. I'm Isobel Newton. I'm indisposed at the moment. Please come back tomorrow.
Our unexpected visitor had better not suspect anything. We gotta keep your conscience clean before you meet your maker.
You're done for now! Every relationship goes through trials and tribulations. Ours was truly unlike any other. Despite the rumors, Henry didn't drink the potion regularly before he turned. Strong, emotional response was enough to push him over the edge. During the time of unrest, when the war against the criminals of London reached its peak, he paid a terrible price. The criminal he murdered was innocent in the eyes of the public. We had no proof, and the community demanded Hyde's execution. They got what they wanted. away from me, you foul beast! So the watch has returned, and not a moment too soon. These brutes are all on Henry Jekyll's formula. Adler needs the final ingredient to neutralize the side effects, so we have to get it first. This telescope can give us the upper hand. That oversized monster damaged the machinery. I'll need the constellation map and spare machine parts. This'll help you. Excellent. I'll need your assistance. Use the levers to open the roof. Now, turn the telescope. I need to do some calibrations. Then we should be ready. The final ingredient can stabilize the serum and serve as a basis for the antidote. It's a rare flower that blooms once every 80 years. There's only one specimen left in all of Britain. If my calculations are correct, it will bloom tonight. Adler knows. That's why she's put things in motion. Uncover specifics about her plan, and I'll find Phileas. Hopefully he has recovered from his impromptu swim.
Has it been a productive visit to the countryside? If you please, put clues on the desk. So, it's off to the hat shop? You'll need the items from this chest before you can go.
You're late. It's a terrible habit, but at least you'll appear more fashionable if you buy one of our hats. And who's the hat expert? The Mad Hatter, of course. He's in the shop, just waiting to help you.
Welcome to our little teapot. shop. Can I interest you in some of our headwear? Or are you in search of other services? Hopefully the day hasn't made you too jaded. Wait, this belonged to Ernest Hawks. I'll go out on a limb and assume you're not him. That means you're either an imposter or someone with a good excuse. Either way, I'm going to have to insist that you drink this tea. There's nothing to worry about if you've done nothing wrong. How many star decorations were there in your house on Christmas Eve of 1872? How many ravens did you see on the night your parents died? How many candles were lit in the house when your uncle took you in? The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, young Hawks. You're free to go about your business through the looking glass.
Welcome to Wonderland, stranger. I'm Alice, the hostess of this fine establishment. Now, don't go stirring up trouble. Wonderland is open to all sorts of people. The only unbreakable law is that you conduct yourself in a civil manner.
Yes, I know the garden's impressive. You don't have to say so. Compliments are for the insecure. I must say the awe in your eyes is adorable. I'm ready to fix you up with whatever you need. Don't worry, it's included in your membership fee. You just need a prescription. Take this remedy catalog.
Are we ready for the meeting?
I'm afraid Mr. Collins is still enjoying the steam bath.
It's like dealing with a child. Give him 5 minutes, then drag him out if you have to.
Where have you been? The service in this place is terrible. I'll get you fired, mark my words. Now top me off.
Oh, no. The bar's occupied. By me. I might move it if you're willing to fetch something for me. You know, we hosts aren't paid all that much for this tedious job. I've got a craving for a very costly remedy. Would you be so kind as to fetch me a handful of Chinese coins?
Oh, you're still here. How quaint. One remedy for one prescription. Take a peek at my secret stash.
They're expecting you.
The Red Queen lives.
Long live the Red Queen!
With a little help from our assets, we've managed to recreate a functional but incomplete Jekyll formula. It has fatal side effects. We need the final ingredient to create a stable formula. We've only got one chance. We found Collins asleep in the bath, which means there's an uninvited guest in our midst. Seize the intruder. Your resilience is amusing, but this isn't a game. Thankfully, this setback means nothing. I'm curious, how much does the Vermillion Watch know? The truth serum should loosen your tongue. I've got all the information I need. Unfortunately, I'm on a tight schedule. I trust you can clean up this mess. Go to Croydon afterwards and get me all of the documents from the Vermillion Watch's safe. I'm counting on you.
I trust it has been a colorful slide down the rabbit hole. Please, put clues on the desk. All the clues point out Mr. Singh's emporium. Mr. Fogg and Madam Newton will accompany you once you're ready. Good luck, young Master Hawks.
Ladies and gentlemen, it warms my heart that you were able to take the time out of your busy schedules to attend this special party. After all, the blooming of the wailing nightshade is an experience that a man can only enjoy once in a lifetime.
You made it. What's the matter? You look like you've seen a ghost. I could have sworn I saw Jekyll too. Isobel, can you see this through without losing focus?
Don't doubt me, Phileas. We need to speak with our host. Hawks, find out if Adler's men have infiltrated the party.
Henry Jekyll's the name. But I think you know that. Nothing here's what it appears to be. Pay close attention. You are the Watcher, after all. Do you see any objects that are out of place? And the staff. You've got a keen eye. I'm sure you can spot Adler's intruders.
I'm afraid you need to have a drink voucher if you want to order something. What'll it be? Oh, it's empty. I'll take a peek in the back. Thank you for your patience.
You must be Mr. Fogg's young friend. We weren't properly introduced. I'm Kiaan Singh, the owner of this emporium. You seem troubled. What's wrong? Conspiracy? That's preposterous. My emporium is neutral territory protected by the Moorgate Accord.
We can work without Singh's blessing. Here, I snatched the door code from his pocket. Find me a violin, and I'll distract the crowd.
How many times am I going to have to deal with you vermin? Now stay.
Is Irene Adler behind this? The auction is well underway. I'll wrap it up and get all of the guests out of here.
Singh lowered the flower into the vault. The entrance is through the office. Find a way to get in there. I'll watch your back. You've truly lived up to your uncle's name. I'm so sorry for this, but I need the flower. I won't lose Henry again.
I don't have time for this. Miss Adler's waiting. We're going with Plan B, boys.
I don't have time for this.
It's now or never. This flower is the key for the serum, both a missing link to the formula and the cure. If we use it wisely, we can cure Henry and stop Adler's army of brutes. I can't believe this is really it. After decades of waiting. Henry, look!
I can't, Isobel. I find it hard to even look at you. Nothing will ever be the same. An old shadow looms over London once more. War is coming, and I'm useless without my powers. So give the antidote to our new friend.
And the newest member of the Vermillion Watch.
Let's get down to business. A certain sleuth approached the watch with vital information. He gained it through his orphan network. Irene Adler has come up with an escape plan which she'll put into action at the Moorgate Tavern. The detective can't get involved because of personal reasons. The Moorgate Tavern was an old safe house of ours, but it's been under new management for some time now. Mulled wine is served with cinnamon.
Does this look like a fancy place to you? I can see to some wine, but not with cinnamon.
Something's wrong. He didn't recognize the password. Could it be... Quickly, take this! must be a double agent. I'll question him. In the meantime, find out what happened to the old innkeeper. I managed to get one piece of information out of him. More of Adler's men are coming. I'll hold them off if need be. Find out what happened to the innkeeper.
It's Irene Adler's men. One of the thugs asked me about the sewers. I think I know what they're up to. In its heyday, the Vermillion Watch had a station below the cellar of the tavern. It's connected to a secret railway that leads directly to the Inferno prison. I bet they're planning to use those tunnels to intercept the train meant to transport Irene Adler. They want to rescue her. You can use it to open the manhole cover. Be careful. The tunnels haven't been used in decades.
A roadblock will stop the train. We'll have to make sure Miss Adler comes out unarmed, or she'll have our hides.
My incarceration won't change anything. Long